taking the code from Upstream, bringing it into your product, testing it in your case, that's all good and that works. But as you start to modify that code, if you do it locally and not as part of the community, the testing that happens upstream is no longer valid because your code, you introduce as many issues as you do fixes. What are your thoughts on trying to work with organizations and leaders within those organizations to explain that it's not just sustainable open source, but it is the development model that needs to be adhered to actually have success, as opposed to running and using the code on your own, which is the easy way, right? It's the easy and the fastest way to get something out the door, but it's also poses risk over time.
I think those are all important actions for companies to be taking, and I'll go a step further. I know many companies take open source code and they build non-open source add-ons, extensions, patches, not just to fix a bug that they should share back, but don't for any number of reasons, but to add new features or new capabilities that I would include under a secure by design umbrella. They may not be directly a security fix, but observability, upgradability, monitoring, all of those contribute to a more secure platform. And if you are commercializing those while giving away a limited, less capable, less secure component, well, that business strategy maybe has not been good for the long run for a lot of these communities and everyone that depends on them. So I want companies to think about that too. Are they contributing to a more secure commons when they're taking open source?
Yeah, I think probably all of us seen examples where, as you mentioned, Aeva, like companies are kind of either completely forking the open source project, so taking a version and then just deviating from it, or at least adding features in the middle of it without contributing back. And at least I myself do have the experience arguing with the product manager that just because we have a delivery deadline, it doesn't mean that those not contributed features should go only through half of the functional testing because we don't have time to do it all. And we are not talking about any kind of security related testing or hardening activities, just the bare regular functional test that at least the thing works in any shape or form. They're like, oh, maybe we could just do half of it. Like, are you serious right now? Like, these are not really the values that I signed up for when I joined this company to work for. And it's just, I mean, it can get outrageous what happens behind closed doors.